Hi, my name is Brandon Caples, and I chose to do the case one of Zappos. Zappos is an online shopping center who promotes informality to help create creativity within their employees. And given this unorthodox culture that's being promoted, it raised eyebrows to a lot of people pretty fast. And it caused, in 2013, to have 31,000 applicants, but they were only able to hire 1.5, which means there's 98.5% of applicants who were either not right for the job or could have been better for the job, but we cannot get to them because of the cap of applicants that we were allowed to hire, which I found to be a problem because it became too difficult to separate the qualified applicants from the unqualified applicants because there were so many to determine. So there has to be a way to help categorize these applicants from not considerable to qualified and so on and so forth until we deem the hiring is possible. For starters, I would advertise a job like they did through commercials, the Wall Street Journal, through social media ads, LinkedIn, any other apps that can help get the word around. And I would promote what they did, the unorthodox culture that they have, which would be no job titles. There's no dress code. There's 100% health benefits. There's Amazon stock that's worth 20% wages. There's a $2,000 buyout in case you go through the 5 weeks of training and you decide to quit. They will literally give you $2,000 because they want to know if you're loyal to the company or not. If you're not, you can take 2,000. If not, you can go or you can stay. And I think that itself enticed a lot of people because that's different than most companies nowadays. It gives you more freedom. It gives you more creativity. It gives you it's different, and people want to be different. And I think that's why it caused a problem of way too many applicants because people want that work environment of light and easy and freedom. And that's why it had 31,000 applicants and they can only hire 1.5%, which is 465. But 31,000 is way too many applicants to cipher through to get actual qualified applicants for this job. And then once we know that the word's out and we know that people know how Zappos works, I think we should discontinue the advertisement, which saves money and time. Without direct advertisement, finding talented employees would still be just as successful as before based off the previous ways that they did, which brought in the 31,000 applicants. They simply just displayed how things worked and how they did things, and it caught people's attention, which brought tens of thousands of applicants. So there's nothing you can do there. Therefore, all the company would really have to do is rely on the word of mouth that they establish for themselves. With people that apply, they tell their friends, they tell their families, like, "Oh, what a great job this is! I apply. You should apply too." And that alone should be enough applicants for you to cipher through to hire for that job. And after discontinuing the advertisement, similarly to what Zappos did, I would set up a social media page just for applicants where that application and hiring process would start. And on this page, they would hold content, they'll hold updates, they'll have discussion boards, they'll have just ways to communicate with people and maybe ask questions on how they would solve a problem, how they react to a problem, what they do in this situation. And judging from their reactions and responses, it can help us target people that actually would work well in our company. And their profile would show their credentials, which obviously goes on the application if they're qualified enough for this job. Which this is a strategic tool that helps cut out the time in separating and finding the right employee, which by giving them this access to the content, it shows them how Zappos works as a company, which you can't find in just any application. Like, you can give someone an application for the job, but how can they really know how the business works, how they flourish, like what are their values? They really don't know. By giving them this social media page, we can show that to them. And so judging by their responses, we can see if they will actually help flow with the Zappos values and their culture. And it's just a lot easier to target that person because now we know, oh, that person can actually help us. And let's say throughout this social media page and everyone responding to these questions that we find someone that we are considering to be qualified, I suggest that we contact that person, and this is all just for example, we contact that person and we put them in a trial era, that we give them more attention, we give them questions that are maybe more specific to the job that they're applying for, just to see where their head's at, and that could just have a certain time limit on it, and until we deem that hiring is a possibility, or if we actually want to hire this person. The second case I chose was Taco Bell. Taco Bell is a very common, popular restaurant that holds over 6,000 restaurants in the U.S. There was a class action lawsuit against Taco Bell claiming that they were false advertising, that the meat they were serving was less than 40% beef, yet they were calling it beef. Now, this generated a lot of media about this falsification, and this campaign was $3 to $4 million using for advertising about this beef. After these allegations were surfaced, Taco Bell released immediate advertising showing the ingredients that were made in this seasoned beef, which it proved that it was 100% beef, USDA approved, just as good as meat you'd find in a supermarket. And when they proved these allegations were wrong, it caused the law firm to withdraw from this case. Now, once word was out and the law firm had withdrawn, Taco Bell took it upon themselves to continue to respond, but in a humorous way, basically like taunting and teasing the law firm for being wrong. They released an article saying that, oh, you were wrong and I know you feel bad, but you know what helps if you say sorry. Come on, you can do it. And they meant it to be humorous, but it came out as public criticism. And through this case, Taco Bell was trying to reach anyone and everyone that have heard about these allegations, because when they heard about these, they were sure that people were being hesitant about eating the food at Taco Bell. So throughout the whole case, they were trying to reach out to anyone that knew about it so they could tell them that they were wrong and that the beef was really fine.